Welcome to the SpongeCast, Investor Meets Director. As an activist investor, I like to chat to the companies that I invest in addition to producing various research notes, as you'll see on my website, spongeshare.com. Please note I may hold a position in the companies mentioned and I'm not offering investment advice.
Hi, thank you for joining me today at short notice after this morning's RNS. Myself and a few other investors were a bit surprised with today's news. Could you possibly elaborate on it, because it was a little vague, mentioning a new mining contractor, which obviously at this stage was a little bit of a sort of surprise.
Okay.
Could you, fill us in?
I'll let you a little elaborate a little bit more. Yes, I can. Hopefully you can hear me all right.
Yes, I can. Yeah, loud and clear.
Lovely. Right. No, the press release was not to my satisfaction either, but we were rather hoping that we could have waited until next week so that we could have got a more substantial press release out, which is going to set out where the company is going. But unfortunately, we had a nomad on our backs because we had a time constraint that they said was regulatory for the 2-month promise that we made with regard to gold. And like all companies in our position, and anybody who knows the gold business well, yes, we could have produced gold in 2 months, but the time and effort that goes into it compared to what else that we're doing, with getting the actual mine up and running, getting it to full production, that is where our efforts are going. So when you're saying that you're a bit surprised that it was mentioned that there is a new contractor, look, yeah, we've had local contractors on site for quite a few months that have all been doing the site works and the pre-production civils works, and getting the area prepared. And the contractor that was mentioned in the press release as being new, they're not new. They've been on site for a fair few weeks. But what they're doing is they're mobilised, and of course they are mobilising to put our new mine into production. So maybe, the wording wasn't quite right, but nope, it's not going to be doing delays. It's just putting a plan of action into action.
Okay. Great. I mean, I've seen sort of quite a few pictures on Twitter in terms of like the equipment operational, things like stacking machines and what have you. So it certainly seems like everything is actually happening. So the other thing that was in the RNS, it said that you were perhaps slightly modifying the mining plan. So you were ramping up the mining and production for an increase in profitability. Can we expect, is this a result of the drilling that you did recently, and can we expect to see a significant production increase then based on that?
Yes, it is part of the result is the recent drilling, and also it is, look, I think I've said in actually an interview with you as well, and I have alluded to it in other press releases. There is a vast library of historical information here as well, and it does take time to put it together, and when you piece that together with new drilling, it starts to build a very substantial story. I shouldn't use the word story, I hate that. A very substantial mine. So we are putting that together, and what we are doing is we are optimizing that information to ensure that we get the best mine plan for this initial phase. So yes, we had always.
And that's.
Yes, sorry, Karen.
I was just going to say that's not something that's. I mean, you were saying something about you planning to put out a press release next week. So this isn't something that's going to add any significant delay. It's just literally you're probably maybe a couple of weeks behind or something. In terms of the.
All it is that the Nomad felt that because we had made that commitment about 2 months in the market, then obviously they wanted us to get a statement out. The company would have much preferred waiting for a few days so that we could actually set out what it is we're actually doing. But like all companies, you can't dreadful phrase, you can't build Rome in a day. We just needed a few more days just to make sure we got everything right before we present that, of course, to the market.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for filling us in on that then. So I guess the next thing is we'll just be looking out for this press release that you were intending to put out quite soon,
Yes.
with an update on the actual start of production and other plans, of course.
Correct. So we are, as I said, look, it's one of those things. We have to adhere to regulation. Of course we do. That's the whole point of the market. And so be it. But look, the company is on track, and we will be updating the market shortly. Okay.
All right. Well, that was just a brief one, really, because we can chat again perhaps when that after that's come out. So
that would be good.
Yeah.
But it's just assurance there that look, no, there is nothing untoward. It was just meeting with the demands, shall we say, of regulation. There you go. I think that's the best way of putting it.
Great. Okay. Well, thanks very much, Emma. I expect you're busy, so I'll let you go and chat again soon.
Speak soon. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Cheers.